Good afternoon. Good afternoon. This is Charles Coachman, and this is Bay Area. Bay Area, let's talk music. Bay Area, let's talk music. Had Monday off. Enjoyed that with Memorial Day. So we are glad to be back and ready to talk about what's happened at this day in music, and we're going to drop back and we're going to cover a few other days. But I like to get my show started by recognizing people that are having some birthdays. Let's start the opposite end. Dora Daly, realtor, team leader, manager of real estate offices back in Massachusetts, maybe. So, Dora, happy birthday to you. Enjoy your day. Mike Netzel, he is a realtor in Pennsylvania. So, Mike, happy birthday to you. And then Ross Kendall, my younger cousin out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Ross, happy birthday to you. I hope that you are having a wonderful day and not wreaking too much havoc back there. All right. Happy birthday. If it is your birthday out there, enjoy it. God bless you all. Have an awesome, awesome day. All right. Let's take a quick look down here. And I also like to mention the companies that we use and we utilize. The Grow Live Academy. If you want to learn how to go live and you want to grow your business by going live, Grow Live Academy is the place to be. That's a Ken Walls company. It is an incredible company. Check it out. You will not be disappointed. Then there's StreamYard.com. StreamYard.com is the platform that we are using to go live right now. So StreamYard.com and then Hippo Video. That's a way that I keep in touch with my clients. And we just send them an email, attach our video in there. They don't have to upload. They don't have to download. All they do is press play and they are ready to go. All right. Let's turn back up here. And I am trying to, we got to get rid of this producer one more time. We got to get rid of him. Maybe not. We'll hold on to him. He works cheap. Again, I am Charles Coachman. You can reach me at 408-439-0766, or you can send me an email at bayarealetstalk@gmail.com. If you'd like to look at some of the videos that we post and some of the silly memes and stuff that we post up there, go to the Soundtrack of My Life on Facebook. Facebook. Check it out there. And then I'd also like to mention that we have two journals out. 100 Top Singles of the 1960s, the Soundtrack of My Life Journal, and the year 1977 we have out. We are also going to be putting a journal out for the 1950s here pretty soon. We're just waiting to finish up on a couple items, but those will be out soon. Let's take a quick look here. What else do we have? No, I'm not going to put that there, but you can find us at Bay Area Let's Talk on Facebook. You can also find us at, like I said, the Soundtrack of My Life Facebook page. You can send us a message in Messenger, or again, reach us by text or email. That'd be great. Let's take a quick look up here. Scott Ricard. Hey, Scott, how you doing, man? It's been a crazy few days, but I want to take a look back, and we're going to go all the way back to May 29th, and we're just going to look at birthdays that happened, but we're going to skip ahead because May 29th and May 30th, Scott, we are having a great day. It's been a busy day, and it's going to continue to be. But we're going to take a look, and we're going to skip into June 1st. Born on this date in 1934, that old rock and roller himself, Pat Boone. Pat Boone. I can remember Pat Boone doing a show the night that my daughter was born, and Pat Boone comes out in leathers because He wanted to fit in with the young group that was on this show, and it was funny as can be. But Pat Boone, happy birthday to you from June 1st. And then 1947, born on this date in 1947, Ronnie Wood. Ronnie Wood, who's best known as being part of the Rolling Stones, but he was also part of the Jeff Beck group. He was part of the Faces. And he worked with Rod Stewart in the Faces. Stay With Me. And then he has been with the Rolling Stones for decades now. So huge Ronnie Wood fan. As a matter of fact, I just got a book that he put out with different photos from his time with the Rolling Stones and his time before. So Ronnie Wood, happy birthday to you. Born on this date in 1974, Alanis Morissette. I don't know that much about her, but she put out a big album in the 90s called Jagged Little Pill. And it was a pretty tough album. And it was a huge hit. Here's another fella from the Rolling Stones, born on this date in 1941. Charlie Watts, drummers for the Rolling Stones. Forever. I don't believe they've ever replaced Charlie Watts. So Charlie Watts, been there since day one, if I'm not mistaken, has retired a couple of times, but when they've come back to make an album, he's always back there. So Charlie Watts, happy birthday to you. 1944, born on this date, Marvin Hamlish. Not that I would call him a rock and roller, but he is a big part of music. Let's see, he did the theme song from The Sting, and then also The Entertainer, and a Grammy for The Way We Were. He's been part of a lot of songs. Tom Hadley, vocalist for Spandau Ballet. Had that big hit in I think it was in the 80s, 1983. True. What's really true is that he got taken to court by the rest of his bandmates, by the rest of the ballet group, and has had his pantsuit off. But he's still standing, and it's still true. All right. Going back onto this day, and I want to make sure that I've got everything covered here. Born on this day, June 2nd. It is June 2nd. Now I want to take us back to May 29th and see what some of the things that happened on May 29th. On 1942, Bing Crosby recorded White Christmas. It was the biggest selling song of all time until Elton John's Candle in the Wind, which was switched over. I think it became the biggest song ever when he did it for Diana. 1961, on May 29th, Travelin Man was the #1 song in the U.S. charts by Ricky Nelson. Now, I remember that because my mom had that song, had the Ricky Nelson album. And then on the B side was a Gene Pitney song, Hello, Mary Lou. So it was a double A side single. 1965, the Beach Boys started a 2-week run at the top of the U.S. charts with Help Me Rhonda. Help Me Rhonda. So the Beach Boys, #1 in 1965. The Rolling Stones in 1971 had the biggest selling single, and that was Brown Sugar. The band's 6th #1 in the U.S. Now, on May 30th, on this date, in May 30th, 1964, the Beatles went to #1 with Love Me Do, the group's 4th U.S. #1 single in 5 months. 4th #1 single in 5 months. Unreal. What a time that was. 1966 on this date, well, on May 30th, Dolly Parton married her husband, Carl Dean, in Georgia. 1970, Ray Stevens went to #1 with his song, Everything is Beautiful. And I'll tell you what, I remember that song. I just thought it was fantastic. And this was from the guy that did all those crazy songs. Probably his biggest crazy song was The Streak. The Streak. And I certainly remember that one. On this date in 1980, Carl Radle, bass player with Derek and the Dominoes, died of kidney failure, age 38. He had also worked with George Harrison and Delaney and Bonnie. So Carl Radle. Sorry that you passed away so young. Doggone it. Okay. Oh, you know what? I missed May 31st. Some birthdays. I missed it. So I'm going to list these birthdays from May 31st, born on this date. Peter Yarrow. Peter Yarrow from Peter, Paul, and Mary. Their biggest song, Leaving on a Jet Plane. Of course, they did do some puffing on a Magic Dragon. So Peter Yarrow, happy birthday, May 31st. On this date in 1948, John Bonham, drummer with Led Zeppelin, who had he was with them until 1980 when he died from his own vomit, unfortunately. But just an astounding drummer, one of the all-time best. 1964, born on this date, May 31st, Daryl D Mcdaniels, rapper with Run DMC. So happy birthday, a couple days late. And then want to go to On This Day once again. And let's see what we got here. On this day once again, in 1963, June 1st, 1963, Leslie Gore started a 2-week run at #1 with her song, It's My Party. It's my party, and I'll cry if I want to. It was produced by Quincy Jones. Quincy Jones was her producer. Had no idea. What a great song. 1968, Simon and Garfunkel went to #1 with Mrs. Robinson. Mrs. Robinson, one of the big hits from the movie The Graduate. 1971, the two-room shack in Tupelo, Mississippi, where Elvis Presley was born, on June 8th, 1935, was open to the public as a tourist attraction. 1972, on June 1st, Pink Floyd hopped into Abbey Road studio and recorded Dark Side of the Moon. What an astounding album. Dark Side of the Moon. Just one of the, I can remember seeing boys either in junior high, either in 9th grade in junior high or in 10th grade, kicking back, listening to that album and just absolutely loving it. Absolutely loving it. All right. On this date in 1991, well, June 1st, David Ruffin of the Temptations died of a drug overdose. David Ruffin. Part of the group that sang Just My Imagination, My Girl, and had his own solo career. And David Ruffin, you had a wonderful, wonderful voice. And we just miss you, man. Just miss you. And then I saw something that happened a couple days ago, and I just want to remember this lady. Her name was Lori Roberts. Lori Roberts was an outstanding radio DJ here in the South Bay for many, many years. Worked for KOME and worked for KSJO, has finished up her days working at K-Pig down in Santa Cruz. But Lori Roberts was one of the best DJs, local DJs around. And so sorry to hear that she has passed away. 67 years old, but Lori Roberts, God bless you. Rest in peace. And now I just want to take a look at this day today, June 2nd, 1962. Ray Charles started a 5-run week with Don Gibson's. Don Gibson wrote this. I Can't Stop Loving You. Don Gibson, the old country and western singer, wrote I Can't Stop Loving You. Ray Charles made it a huge, huge hit. The Rolling Stones in 1964 made their U.S. debut on the Les Crane Show. Not quite the Ed Sullivan Show, but they were to be there very, very quickly. 1966, Frank Sinatra was at #1 in the UK singles chart with Strangers in the Night. What? Strangers in the Night. Frank Sinatra. What a terrific song. What a great singer. And he was around for decades. Decades. Old Blue Eyes. 1976, Wings set a new record when they performed in front of 67,100 fans in Seattle, the largest attendance for an indoor crowd. 67,100, largest attendance for a rock concert for an indoor crowd. 1989, Rolling Stone Bill Wyman. Oh my goodness. Bill Wyman married 19-year-old Mandy Smith. Wyman's 28-year-old son was the best man, and all the other Stones attended. 1989. It didn't make it to 1991. Well, let's see. It made it to early 1991. They were married for 17 months. Married for 17 months. We will be back on Friday. We are going to take tomorrow off, but I just wanted to catch up and talk about some of the things that had happened over the last few days, being that we skipped out on Monday. I wanted to make sure that we cover it. But on Friday at 3 o'clock, we're going to talk about this day in music, this day in rock, and we're going to discuss the Rolling Stones. The Rolling Stones, one of the greatest rock and roll bands of all time. They have been around for 6 decades. 6 decades. That is hard to imagine. But Mick and the boys have been rolling for 6 decades. I've seen the Rolling Stones more than any other group that I've watched in concert. Just fantastic. I have loved them. Well, basically my whole life. They were around at the same time the Beatles started, and Mick and the boys have always satisfied me. So I can't say satisfaction. I can't say I can't get no, because I am satisfied with the Rolling Stones music. I hope everyone has a great evening. I look forward to seeing you on Friday. Enjoy your day. If you'd like to share this out, please do. If you are watching on a replay, please put #replay, and we would love to see you. Love to see you on Friday as we talk about the Rolling Stones. Have a great day. God bless. Have a good night. Bye.